Hi traders, it's time to scan the charts and find the new tradable opportunities for the trading week beginning of January 20th. Now, based on economic calendar, we do not have big events scheduled for the coming week. But on January 20th, that is tomorrow, Mr. Trump is going to take the presidential office of the US, and it's going to bring good amount of volatility in the markets. So without wasting much time, let's dive into the charts and find the new trading opportunities for the week. So let's begin with dollar index. It's usually our first instrument whenever we record the weekly technical analysis video. Now here, based on dollar index monthly chart, let's begin with monthly. Let me clean the chart here, so give me a second. Okay, so here, based on monthly chart, I'm gonna apply Fib retracement starting from the previous high to the lowest point. So it will give us the Fib levels in between. So here we apply Fib retracement starting from the previous highest point to the lowest point, and we are in between 61.8 to Fib retracement 80%. So these are the two important zones marked on the basis of Fib retracement. Let me highlight the zones here. So this is the support zone, and this can work as resistance area. Highlighted, and now I'm gonna apply Fib extension. So we start from the lowest, we pick the first high, and we connect with the higher low. We again do it on the next cycle, repetition on the next wave, and apply it second time. Now, based on multiple Fib extensions, the strong magnet zone is coming around 115. In between, we have resistance at 110.90. Currently, dollar index is around 109.20. But the point to be noted is that the momentum is picking up. So MACD histogram and MACD lines, they are clearly rising. In short, on monthly time frame, dollar index remains bullish. Now I'm going to use the vertical line to mark the lowest point to be taken on the next time frame. Let's delete the unwanted lines here and move to weekly now. Now, based on weekly, I'm gonna apply the next Fib extension on the latest bullish cycle. So I'll start from the lowest point, I'll connect to the high and the higher low. Let's change the color of Fib extensions. Now, based on the latest weekly Fib extension, dollar index should reach 114.07. That's it, and we have strong support at 106.99. In other words, we can also say 107. Now I'm gonna mark the vertical line to the next higher low, and let's delete the unwanted Fib extension lines. Moving down to daily now. Now, based on daily, I'm gonna apply Fib extension next time. So here we do it from the lowest and we connect to the higher low. Now, based on Fib extension applied on daily, we got some new duplication zones. So here we have again a strong resistance around 114. So we have this zone as resistance, where we can see that dollar index has already entered into the resistance area. It has started forming bearish divergence, which means the bullish momentum is now weakening on daily. So we can expect some short-term pullback and then continuation to the next target. So here, on the basis of daily time frame, I'm expecting some weakness in dollar index. Now moving down to 4-hourly. Now, based on 4-hourly and using the last two highs for bearish divergence, the sellers could not complete the bears. In fact, the buyers are still in control, and I can see that dollar index will continue and complete its target of 110. So here, based only on the basis of daily time frame, due to bearish divergence, I'm expecting the weakness, but the BOS is not done, so which means the sellers are still not in control and buyers are in control. 4 hourly remains bullish. Something similar on 1H. So here, based on 1 hourly chart, we have latest bearish divergence on 1 hourly, and based on 1H, the sellers have completed the BOS. So this could be just correction and then continuation downwards. Alternatively, it can create a new high, enter into this highlighted red zone, create a new bearish divergence between the new highs, and then starts rolling down. So it is very close to the resistance area. In the short run, I'm expecting correction in the dollar index. In the longer run, I'm expecting dollar to remain strong and it should reach 114. The next instrument is Australian dollar versus Japanese yen. I'll explain the setup from the monthly chart. So here I'm going to zoom in, and based on monthly time frame, I'm going to select the lowest point. So here we have taken the lowest point of the monthly frame, then the high, and then the next higher low, which is almost like double bottom here. So I'm going to apply a fib extension in the bullish direction. So application of first bullish fib extension, starting from the lowest, connecting to the first high and the higher low. I'm going to repeat the process on the next low, high and higher low. So next ABC in short. So application of next fib extension on the same time frame here, and here we got the duplication of 2 lines. So this is strong resistance area, and yes, AUDJPY reached precisely to the same resistance zone and it starts rolling down. And based on monthly time frame here, I can see weakness in the buyers. So we have bearish divergence on MACD histogram and MACD lines, and the histogram turns bearish here, but the BOS level is quite far. So I'm gonna mark a horizontal line on the BOS level. So the black horizontal line represents the BOS level, which is not yet done. Moving down to the next lower time frame, that's weekly. Now based on weekly, I can see that the histogram is bearish, MACD lines are running down, so bearish condition again, and the price is also marching to the next support. So I'm going to apply fib extension in the downward direction on weekly time frame, and we also have higher high formation, and we have divergence on MACD histogram, and we have a new BOS level based on weekly chart. So let's apply another horizontal line to mark the next BOS level. So here we have weekly BOS, and we'll use ABC pattern in the bearish direction. So this could be the first target, weekly BOS in conjunction with fib extension 61.8. Let's move down to daily now, and I'm going to use a vertical line to mark the next extension on daily. Now based on daily, we've got higher highs with new bearish divergence, and the sellers have taken the control here. So we can use another fib extension in the downward direction based on daily chart. We should start from the highest to the low and then the lower high, and the vertical line is to be adjusted here. Now the environment on daily chart is again bearish because we have MACD histogram and MACD lines running down in the bearish direction, and the price has not yet completed the Fib extension level. So the first extension level is 94.55, but the magnetic level is around 92.08 or 92.10. So currently we are at 96.71. So the target could be 92.10. It's time to move to the next lower time frame, and we can also move the vertical line. Now based on 4-hourly chart, give me a second. Now based on 4-hourly chart, I can see that sellers look exhausted to me. Reason being, we have lower low formation with the potential bullish divergence, and yes, I think it's already completed because the last histogram has turned bullish green. So the bullish divergence is formed. So bullish divergence means that sellers are exhausted and the buyers should complete the BOS. And I can also apply a trend line in the downward direction connecting the highs here. So yes, this is the bearish trend line. So if buyers have to take control, they need to cross the resistance at 97.80. Now until buyers do not cross above 97.80, this could be just correction, retest towards the trend line, or could be towards the horizontal line, and then continuation downwards, because higher time frames are clearly bearish. So let's apply risk to reward here. So in case if I want to take a short position at the current price with the stop loss slightly higher than this level, and the target zone is the magnetic level around 92.10. I can also go a bit more higher in terms of stop loss because we are easily getting risk reward of 2.5 here. So this is the plan for AUDJPY. We should look for selling opportunity only. So any rise should be taken as an opportunity to sell. Now we also have interest rate announcement coming up in the coming up from Bank of Japan in this week, and it is expected that they may increase the rate of interest. So if they increase the rate of interest, then Japanese yen would get stronger, and it makes sense to go short for AUDJPY. The next setup I'm going to explain is crude oil. Now I'll start from monthly again. Now based on monthly chart, I'm gonna apply Fib retracement, bullish divergence, BOS, low, high completed. So we can use these two levels as the starting and ending point for Fib retracement. So Fib retracement should be applied from the lowest to the highest, and after completing the BOS, bullish divergence, and BOS, it drops precisely to Fib retracement 50% and starts bouncing up. So we have strong support on the monthly frame around 66.89. So this becomes our support zone. I'm highlighting this zone in blue. Now I'm moving to weekly. Now on the weekly chart, price has started moving up, and this is the next major resistance based on Fib, and the environment is completely bullish because MACD histogram and MACD lines, they're clearly rising in the bullish direction. So the first target should be this area. So let's highlight this area with red as a resistance and move to the next lower time frame. Yes, on daily chart, crude oil reached exactly to the resistance level. It made a false breakout and it closed lower than this level. So this level is crucial as crude oil could not sustain after breaking above this level. So 78.32 is the level I'm talking about, and I can see that on the basis of MACD histogram, it has started, the bullish momentum has started fading out. There is no bearish divergence yet. It is still making higher highs, but the momentum has started fading. So I'm going to use the three levels: the lowest point, as A, point B and point C, which should give me the extension levels in the bullish direction. So on daily frame, let's apply Fib extension in the bullish direction. And yes, it is again a confluence, so this is Fib resistance based on Fib retracement. It is also resistance based on Fib extension, so it is a very strong level of resistance. Now let's move to the next lower time frame, and that's 4H. Now based on 4-hourly chart, I can see that it has created higher high formation with bearish divergence, created both on MACD lines and MACD histogram. The sellers have just broken the BOS level, completed the BOS level, and the environment is bearish based on MACD histogram and MACD lines. So can we use the Fib retracement starting from, we have A, B, and this is the lowest, C. So I'm going to use Fibonacci retracement to gauge the level of retracement. So after creating a false breakout above 78.37, crude oil buyers could not retain the momentum, and I can see that correction has started. So the next magnet is formed around this area, 74 to 73.71. So we can expect some short-term pullback, and crude oil can go back to 74 or 73.71. If I apply a rising trend line, it is again giving me the confidence at the same level. So in the short run, I can see that there is a high potential for correction. Moving to the next lower time frame, that's 1H. Now on the basis of 1 hourly time frame, I can see that the sellers have taken control. They have pushed the price lower than the major resistance level, bumped into it, retested, and again starts rolling down, although there is lack of bearish momentum. So trade cautiously, but it makes sense to look for short-term shorting opportunity, and target as 75 followed by 74. Moving to 15 minutes. Now even on 15 minutes, I can see that sellers are in control, so they push the price lower. Some correction happened here, and now I can see that the sellers are still making lower highs. So this high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and lower high. So in case buyers take over the control again, I would invalidate my short-term bearish plan if it closes higher and retains above 78.37. So if you are taking the opportunity for selling in the near term, in the short term, let's apply short position at the current price, stop loss above 78.8, and the target should be 74. So we are getting amazing risk and reward of 2.2, so which makes sense. So short term plan is to sell, long term it's getting bullish again. The next instrument is USD versus Canadian dollar. Now I'll start from monthly. Now based on monthly time frame, I'll take the historical high and the lowest point, and I'm going to apply Fibonacci retracement from high to low. So it has crossed 61.8, and it is very close to Fib retracement 80% mark. So and that's the price level of 1.4725. But the environment on monthly time frame is clearly bullish. If you notice, MACD histogram and MACD lines, they are rising, and the buyers are in full control. I'm going to apply Fib extension in the bullish direction. I'll start from the lowest. I'll connect with the high and the next higher low. Now based on Fib extension, we've got a magnetic zone starting from 4725 to 4905, and I'm going to bring a vertical line on this level, which should serve as the starting point on the next lower time frame. Moving down to weekly now. Now on the basis of weekly, I'm going to apply next extension starting from the lowest point, connecting with the high and the higher low. Now we have the Fib extension of 100% on the weekly bullish cycle coming at 1.4997, or we can say the psychological mark of 1.5. So until it remains higher than this level, this is Fib extension 61.8. So this should serve as support now. So until USDCAD remains above 1.4300, the first destination is 1.4725, followed by 4905, and ultimately it should reach 1.5. Now even on weekly time frame, I do not see any bearish divergence, so no signs against the bullish trend, and MACD histogram and MACD lines, they are still rising. I'm gonna mark the vertical line to the lowest level of weekly higher low, which should serve as the starting point on daily, and moving down to daily time frame. Now based on daily time frame, I'm going to use the point marked as the lowest on weekly, and I'm going to apply the next Fib extension here. And now we are at 161.8 Fib extension level. The next one is 200, which is 1.4750, and we have 261 coming in 1.5232. So I think in the short run, USDCAD should reach 4750, 1.4750. Now based on this divergence, the sellers should have completed the bears, which is not yet done. In fact, we have higher high formation of MACD lines. Only on MACD histogram we got some divergence. So USDCAD reached 161 and started consolidating, and it remained above 1.4300, and now it's breaking above 161 level, and it should continue in the bullish direction. I can use another Fib extension on the same time frame, and we've got some magnetic levels around 4750 and some levels in between. So 4548 and 4452 are the levels in between. Now it's time to move to the next lower time frame and use the vertical point here. So on 4-hourly chart, MACD histogram clearly rising, MACD lines clearly rising in the bullish direction. So bullish momentum is picking up, and 4300 is serving as the super strong support zone. The next target is 4548, followed by 4750, which we have taken as the magnetic level from the multiple Fib extensions on the higher time frames. Now coming down to 1H. Now I'm going to use the latest ABC pattern on 1H. It has crossed 100% mark, and the duplication is coming around 4537 to 4548, and the next duplication is coming around 4822. In between we have 4734, so we can take the quarter number 4750 as our target. Moving down to 15 minutes. Even on 15 minutes it is creating higher highs, but the price is the instrument is overpriced on the basis of 15 minutes. So this is a 15 minutes rising trend line. I would expect some correction towards 4450 or maybe slightly deeper. It should retest the rising trend line, and then we should enter into a bullish setup. So based on the rising trend line applied on 15 minutes, I would expect my entry around 44.50 or 44.60. I can use my stop loss below this rising trend line and the major area of support here. So we have substantial room between our entry and stop loss, and the first target is 45.48. So we are just managing our risk here, but if you target 47.50, then the risk and reward is 3x, which is amazing. So USDCAD bullish setup explained. The next instrument is gold. And I'm going to explain the setup on the basis of monthly chart first. So I'm going to apply Fib extension. First monthly applied and second monthly extension applied. So we have strong zone here. Going to weekly now. So I'm going to bring a vertical line on the lowest point of weekly, and let's move to weekly chart now. So this is the level taken from monthly chart. I'm going to use one more Fib extension from the same level. And let's change the color here. So based on multiple Fib extension lines, the strong level, magnet level is around this area, which is 2818 to 2868. And we have strong support around 2560 to 2607. So let's define the zones here. So magnet around this area, resistance, and strong support between 2560 to 2607. So support and resistance areas marked. Now we got some bearish divergence on MACD histogram, but not on MACD lines, and it did not create the bears and starts rising again, and the bearish momentum is here fading out on the basis of histogram. Now I'm moving to daily. Now on the basis of daily time frame, we've got bearish divergence, strong one between these two highs. The sellers completed the bears, but we did not see a follow through by the sellers. In fact, buyers have taken the control and created low and higher low, and now it is also creating higher highs and higher lows in the latest wave. Now histogram has started fading out because we are currently at a strong level of resistance. So this is the resistance I'm talking about. So gold is facing resistance around 2720, and overall on the higher time frame basis the trend looks bullish to me. Even on histogram basis on daily chart, the divergence is not yet formed. Now I'm moving to 4H. Now on 4 hourly time frame, I can see that this rise, which created a sequence of higher lows and higher highs, I do not see any bearish divergence, but the MACD histogram has turned bearish, which means there could be some short-term correction which started from the major zone of resistance, and this correction should be taken as an opportunity to buy. So we can apply Fib retracement starting from the lowest point here. This is the latest bull run, so I've applied Fibonacci retracement on the latest bull run. So any drop towards 2687, 2678, followed by 2667, so until it remains above this area 2607, So any drop should be taken as an opportunity to buy. I can also use a rising trend line here, which should help us to define our entry into the bullish direction. So if buyers are in full control, they should also hold gold price above this rising trend line. So I believe if it drops towards 2667, 2670, 2680, take it as an opportunity to buy. And let's see the target levels. So the first target level on the daily and weekly chart is coming around 2848. We can use some more ABC bullish extensions on the shorter time frame. So here we apply extension starting from the lowest, connecting with this high and the higher low. So prior to 2848, in between I'm going to target 2750, taken from the fib extension applied on the lower time frame. I'm going to use one more time. Yes, so 2758 or 2750 is a strong magnetic zone, and I can see a strong magnet has been formed around this area, so which is 2685. So if gold drops towards 2685, 2685, 2670, 2650, take it as an opportunity to buy. Coming down to one edge. Now, as I've told, when it reached around 2720, gold found resistance, and now there is no bearish divergence on the lower time frame. I can see the price has started correcting, and it may correct towards 2691, 2670, and then resume the bullish trend. MACD histogram and MACD lines, they are bearish at the moment. And now moving to 15 minutes. Now on 15 minutes basis, I do not see huge bearish momentum. It may complete bullish divergence very soon, and the buyers may take over the control. So in my opinion, in the long run, gold should remain bullish. Only in the short run, we should have some temporary correction. All the corrections in the downward direction to be taken as an opportunity to buy. I wish a very, very profitable trading week ahead.